So we're going to take a look at to where we're comparing different scenarios. Alright, so your financial advisor presents you with 4 exponentially growing plans for retirement. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 plans for retirement. Explore your plans and answer the following. All dollar amounts are given in millions of dollars. Okay, so these are the 4 plans. So basically, the 4 ways of you showing exponential functions in words, as an equation, as a table, or coordinate pair, or as a graph. And we need to find out what the best one is. Okay, so list the retirement plans from lowest initial to highest initial investment. So really, what is it asking? It's asking that for all of them, you need to know what your A is. So why don't we just go ahead and write all of these plans in a way that we're going to see what my A is. So for example, I already know that this is my A, right? So what's the equation for exponentials again? Y equals A, B, X, right? Where A is my initial, B is my rate of change, and X is my time. So I'm looking for A. The company will put in an initial investment of this to get a return rate of 5%. So let's write this in this terms. So remember, you put it as Y equals, I need that, I need that, and that, right? So I'm writing in all of them, I'm going to write this. So Y equals box, X. Over here, Y equals my A, my B, and X. So I'm going to find it for all 3 because this one already has it. Alright, so my initial is this, so 0.025 million. This is a listening check color in 0.025 circle. Okay, and my rate is 5%. But remember, whenever you put in your rate, my rate of growth or my rate of decay, remember if you have a percentage divided by 100, you need to know if it's growing or if it's decaying. So the company will put in an initial investment of this and will get a return rate of 5%. It's growing at a rate of 5%, so that's growth. Okay, so we make sure that it's 1 plus after you divide it. So divide by 100 and do 1 plus that number. Okay, so divide by 100, so 5%. Divided by 100, and then do 1 plus that number. So my rate is 1.05. Okay, X. All right, for this one, okay, what X and then Y. All right, so when X is 0, Y is equal to 0.05. When X is 1, Y is equal to 0.06, right? So my A is 0.05, because that's when X is equal to 0. My B is how this is changing by doing Y2 divided by Y1. Okay, so 0.06 divided by 0.05 is 1.2. So my rate of change, remember, multiplying by 1.2 is my B. Okay, so multiplying by 1.2 is my rate of change. Okay, so same thing when you're doing it. I just did it really like from a table right here, but I'll do it again. So what's my initial is when X is 0. So that's right here. Right, so that's going to be starting at 0.02, sorry. And my change, remember we just did it in the previous video, right? You're doing Y2 divided by Y1. So Y2 is 0.022 divided by 0.02. So I'm multiplying 1.1 each time. Multiply by 1, which is my B. Okay, so if they give you a graph, make a table, and then do this same steps. So now I've got my Y equals ABX for every single equation. Let's see if that helps me answer my questions. So it says list the retirement plans from lowest initial to highest initial investment. So my initial investments are my A, so I have 0.025, 0.01, 0.02, 0.05. So from lowest, what's my lowest? So looking at these 4 things, which one is my lowest? 0.0, this one is 2, so it goes 1, 2, 5, and this one is 2, 5. Okay, so my lowest is this one, so it goes 0.01, 0.02, 0.025, 0.05. Plan B, 0.01. Then it goes Plan C, 0.02. Then it goes, that's 0.05. It's got to be Plan A, 0.025. And then Plan, this is a listening check. Put a box around Plan D. E is 0.05. All right, the next question says list the retirement plans from highest growth to the lowest growth. So growth is your B, so B, each of my B's from the highest. So this is 1.05, 1.1, 1.15. So the 1.2, 1.2 is my highest. So my highest growth is D, 1.2. Then it goes my second highest. What's the highest in these numbers right here? 1.15, so that's B. Then what's the highest of these two? 1.1 is higher than 1.05, so that's at C, 1.1, and then finally A, 1.05. Alright. How long will it take each retirement plan to be $1 million? Alright, so in this one we're just going to go in order. So let's look at Plan A, then B, then C, then D. And this is roughly because without doing logs, to get an exact answer, it's going to be roughly. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your equation, punch it in. So y equals 0.025, open parentheses, 1.05, close parentheses, raise to the power of x, raise to the power of x. You're going to hit second table so we can see, right? And I need it to be what? $1 million. So amounts are given in millions of dollars. So this is $0.025 million. So I need, when does it get to 1? 0.5, 0.6, 0.09, 0.01. So I need it to be 1.0. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one. So roughly what? 76 years for the first one. Plan B, so you go y equals, clear, 0.01, open parentheses, 1.15, raised to the power of x. Right, second table, and I'm looking for 1 million. Now see, it's starting on 269 million. And there's a faster way of doing this, by the way. Alright, so that's what? 33 years. Roughly 33 gets me to 1. So Plan B is 33. Plan C, type it in, y equals 0.02, 1.1, and second table, and 1.5, 6, 0.7, 42 years roughly gives me 1 million, 42 years. And then D, type it in, y equals 0.05. Alright, second table. And we're looking for 1. This is a listening check. Color in the big circle next to years and money. Roughly 17 years gets me. So then a question from that would be, which one takes the shortest time to get to 1 million? Plan B would be the one that you want to take in order to get to $1 million faster. What takes the longest? Plan A, that's the one you definitely don't want to start investing in. So the best plan to probably invest in is Plan D, which means that you put in an initial investment of 0.05 million, and it has this growth rate, and you'll get to $1 million in 17 years. Okay, so those are the kind of questions that can come out of this. All right, let's practice. Keep it pushing, I ain't moving back. Learn my lesson,